welcome to the Tyrant In Training podcast. I'm Kevin Ryan. This podcast has a guest on each week to be the tyrannical ruler of their own people. So today's guest is the Canadian comedian Kate Barron. Now, here are some out-of-context tyrannical ramblings from Kate.
I'm not so much the person who, I don't really believe in physical violence. I prefer social shaming. I would use psychological warfare to destroy them so they hated themselves so much that when their child was born that looked like them, they would hate their child, but they wouldn't know why. There's like a gratuitous sex scene with me and Nicolas Cage.
Kate's debut solo show, Losing Myself, is at Soho Theatre in London on the 12th and 13th of April, and you can find Kate on Twitter and Instagram. You can also find this podcast on Twitter at Tyrant_podcast. You can also find me there if you want to look, or on Instagram under the name Kev Ryan Person. If you want to listen to more episodes of this silly podcast, then you can find it on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Podcast Addict, and everywhere else that lets podcasts live out their lives. Thank you for listening. Barron is actually quite a good Barron, right? Is
Barron, yeah, Kate Barron, yep.
Barron is like a good official title because
Oh,
of Baron,
oh
right? Or
yeah,
Baroness.
I didn't
Baroness.
even think about that as my title. That is a good title.
But if you were going to have an official title for your tyrannical rule, what would it be?
Well, now I feel like I have to be the Baron or Baroness. I would have said maybe like president, but like also that's like not fancy enough. I feel like that's too like, I feel like president or like, I want to be something a little bit more like not queen, but maybe like, I don't know, like maybe the Baroness or like, yeah, the beautiful Baroness or something I make people call me.
You're making them call you the beautiful Baroness.
Yeah.
So that's your official title, beautiful
Yes,
Baroness.
Beautiful
right,
Baroness.
Okay. I'm just going to take notes as well because as your advisor, I don't want to get it wrong. What are we doing to people if they don't call you beautiful Baroness?
Decapitate them.
I will get that. Decapitate.
No, if they don't call that to me, that's fine, but they won't get any special like gifts or things like that if they're not referring to me by my official title.
What are you? Okay, so, but wait, are you going to have people run up to you and just call you, like, are people running up to you and just saying, beautiful Baroness, and then expecting, I don't know, a PlayStation 5?
No. They don't get, like, gifts just for calling it to me, but if they're seen not calling it to me, like, I think at random times, we'll do, like, we'll give people things or we'll award people. I would want to award people. I'll be like, oh, I'm flying in this person for, like, I'm flying in Beyonce for like 5 days of concerts, and all of these people get free tickets to go see her, except for you guys. And then
so you're pointing them out, like on TV, on national TV, you're going, these fuckers, they nearly got decapitated. But
I didn't cut their heads off, but they won't get to see Beyonce, so what's worse, honestly?
Right. Okay. And do you have a guillotine at your home? Or?
No, that's too gross for me. I'd make someone else do that. I don't want any gore around me. I don't like any of that stuff. No, I would more, I'm not so much the person who, I don't really believe in physical violence. I prefer social shaming. And
good. Yes.
That's more what I would be into, I think.
So, okay, but you will have the guillotine in someone else's house, and you will shame them to walk to jail.
It'll be like an emotional guillotine. So like I would make them, we would bully them until they wanted to cut their own heads off.
That's so specific.
I had this joke I wanted to write because like the way women bully versus the way men bully, right? Men will just call you a name and punch you in the face, right? That's how men usually bully each other. And it's very physical and very immediate. Women play a long game. Women will plant seeds in you and play this very long, fucked up psychological game in often how women are passive aggressive with each other. And I knew somebody a long time ago there was a cheating situation with her boyfriend and this other person I knew and whatever. And we were like, you know who she is? She is the person who plays such a long game. She would wait till she's the bridesmaid at your wedding in like 20 years and then announce right before you say I do that she fucked your husband and she thinks you're a whore and she'd ruin your wedding and walk out. That's who she is. And I just feel like women are good at playing the long game. And I used to want to write a joke about how like, if I ever really had somebody I really hated, I would use psychological warfare to destroy them so they hated themselves so much that when their child was born that looked like them, they would hate their child, but they wouldn't know why.
Okay, but what level of hate?
So that's the kind of stuff I would use. I would have a bunch of mean girls,
right?
Like cyber bully people who didn't follow rules.
And you'd have the orphanages full with unwanted children
Yeah,
from
basically.
parents. Okay. So there's plenty of orphanages at this island. Where do you want this island set up?
Somewhere nice and warm, but I have to be careful because I'm like a very pale-skinned person. So I burn very, very quickly. Like if I think about sunshine, I burn. So, but I do want it to be in a nice place like the Mediterranean, or I don't want to be at risk of like, I don't want it to be like where like how Australia is like has like spiders and snakes and all the gross. Yeah. I need like safety from that, but I can't have it be like too cold. Actually, you know what? Honestly, an island off the sort of the Pacific by like maybe California area, I think would be pretty good, actually.
I mean, but wasn't California on fire a few years ago? So you want a little bit warm on fire.
But no, I don't want it to be on fire. Maybe I change it. Maybe Mediterranean, or maybe a little further north, like west coast of Canada. Our weather's pretty good, actually.
Is it warm?
It's in the summer. It's like gets nice and warm in the island, and we have Vancouver Island there, which is quite nice as well. But they are on the ring of fire for earthquakes, so. But then it's like where even in where are you going to go that you're not at risk for like a hurricane or like.
What if you went like west of France, like north of Spain? That little,
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
I don't know if there's anything there. Yeah.
Yeah, let's go there, because then also you'd be close to like travel around Europe and stuff and not have to go too far.
Oh yeah, cheap prices. Yeah.
Get Ryanair going all over.
And Ryanair will easily do that. Do you have any idea for a name you would name it after yourself?
No, I don't think I'd name it after myself. Maybe I'd call it like Bella Island. Bella's my niece, who's just like would be like the royal princess that everyone would have to like adore and do anything she said. And so play with her all the time. She'll be the princess, yeah. She'll be a princess.
What age is Bella? Mind me asking.
She just turned 2 at the end of October.
It'd be so funny if you're like 29.
She's 47. No, she just turned 2, and she is very sweet. And so I think I'd call it like Bella Island.
Just if you might be interested, that I'm pretty sure this is the first time a guest has called an island after a loved one.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. What do they usually call it?
All about themselves. It's about themselves, or it's about their favorite fucking Star Wars planet, or some stupid stuff.
Okay.
This is an indictment on my past guests. But okay, I have your island set up. It's going to be set up for 10 million people. Is that enough, or is that too much?
I think 10 million is a good amount. It's not too big, but it's not also like too small. Canada's like 36 million, so I think that's pretty good.
I think it's like twice the size of New Zealand.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah, and I think that's enough New Zealand in the world then. What is the origin story for Bella Island? Like, what is the story we're telling people, how you found it, or how you created it, or how you came to rule it?
Oh, I think it would be something like I was partying somewhere, like in the south of France, and I met like a bunch of like eccentric billionaires. And we were doing like truth or dare or something, or we were playing, I don't know how to play poker, so it can be poker, but something where somebody they threw their island as like a poker chip basically in the middle. And they said, whoever gets this can win the island. And so I win it from like a crazy billionaire guy. I think that.
So Jeff Bezos, you, Elon Musk, and
Jeffrey Epstein.
Jesus. And the corpse of Jeffrey Epstein. And it was I bet you can't. Whoever can throw this corpse over the roof.
Yeah, exactly. Whoever can get rid of this dead hooker, I will give you my island. Basically. I mean, so like that.
Just have that. Why were you at that party?
I just know people. I think I'm somebody who is like, I'm very good at, I'm a bit of a social chameleon, I think. And I'm pretty good at like, I've been sort of a part of like different worlds. I used to be an art dealer back in the day, actually, before I started comedy. And so I can kind of, but I'm also like a working class person, and my family's very working class from Canada. So but I can put myself in different social situations and kind of merge into them and be able to talk to kind of anyone. And so I think sometimes I have found myself in weird situations. Fun fact, I've been in Elvis Costello's bedroom before, him and Diana Krall's bedroom. like weird things like that.
I
Not
feel like
while he was there.
just scrapping a load of questions and be like, right, let's focus on that.
Yeah.
Okay. There was
I
nobody
was
else there.
no, well, he was getting. They have an amazing art collection, so I was appraising some of their art. But like,
Oh,
I
okay.
found myself in weird, and I'm like, John Krasinski, very lovely guy, the art gallery I worked for before I sold him a piece of art, like things like that, where I just kind of like have met random people
Yeah.
or people who are, yeah, just have these sort of fascinating things. I have friends who are like that too, where they're just like, oh, we were partying, and then we met this person, and they just said, do you want to come with us? And we ended up going to their house, and it turns out he was the founder of this massive company, and Paris Hilton was at the party, and all these. And I have friends like that that are just kind of yes people. And if somebody
Yeah.
goes, hey, we have this cool thing happening, we don't have a lot of details, do you want to come? Most of my friends will just go, yeah, fuck it, let's go.
Okay,
And
let's do
then
it.
we find ourselves in these weird situations sometimes where we go, what the fuck? But we go,
Yeah.
it's good for the story.
And that's good. Yeah. People who generally just kind of say yes, yes, and anything have
Yeah.
those.
Yeah.
I have to ask quick. I could ask a lot of questions, but John Krasinski, does he
Yeah.
have good taste in art?
Well, this was the best thing about it. One, he's really lovely and polite, but it was he was in town for, I don't know if it was Toronto Film Festival. It was when I was living in Toronto. He and some friends came into the gallery, and there was this Marcel Duchamp, not Marcel Duchamp. It was Marcel. I forget the surname of the artist. It was a French Canadian cartoonist, essentially.
Right.
Had some pieces up, and his friend, John's friend, was like, oh my God, that is so fucking cool. I really, really like that. And then they kind of like looked around and whatever, and they went to a restaurant a couple doors down. John said he was going to the bathroom, excused himself, ran back in, and he goes, can I please buy that piece of art for my friend as a surprise?
Nice.
Can you quickly wrap it up? So it wasn't for him, so he wrapped it up for his friend and took it back to him. It was like a little cartoon, which is very cute.
That's like sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
I thought this podcast get. Oh no, he actually murdered.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, he did that, but
Yeah. Oh yeah. He probably did it sweetly. Okay. By the way, with Bell Island, would you like any elections going on? Would you like the citizens to elect a Senate? You have ultimate power, or do you just want your own inner circle, your own council? No election. Either way, your civilians are happy.
No, I think to have elections. I think I want elections because I want everyone to sort of feel like they're fairly represented. But they'd have to have fair representation, like actual democratic elections, not. But then I would sort of be like the figurehead, and I could have a veto power if I so chose to do so, but I wouldn't really exercise it unless I thought it was yeah.
But what if they were electing senators who were just absolutely like they have years of comments online about them wanting to kick Bella off the island, and then you ask them it now and they're like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, the COVID's fake or something, and you're like, oh God.
No, okay, then no. Then there has to be specific criteria. They have to have all had therapy. They need to have common sense, and they have to maybe go through testing that makes sure they have their faculties in place. They have common sense.
Because like, what was that guy's name? He's in America, but he was a brain surgeon, and they were like, "Whoa, he seems. I mean, you're a brain surgeon. You're very smart."
Ben Carson. Yeah, he ran for president, and he was just a nutter. Yeah.
And he was just very strange. You're like, I'm reading here, brain surgeon is right beside his name. He's apparently very good at that job. So if you got told we have this fella Mark here, he's a rocket scientist, he's been to therapy over 9,000 times this month.
That's too many. There we go. He gets excluded. I would have a veto community so I guess I would have my immediate people that I would work with. Okay. And it would be our job you'd have to to be elected, you'd have to pass certain things first. Right. I don't know if that works. It's a very complicated election process.
So much bureaucracy.
Maybe we'll just cut out the elections, and maybe I'll just have my group of people that I deem, and I'll put people close to me who I feel like are speaking in the best interest of the country and want the best interest of the country. So people can be nominated, and people can come together and nominate and propose people to be a part of that committee.
Yes.
And then I get to keep forming the committee. And then, but I make it sort of like no one has an infinite number of terms on that committee. You'd have to could only do it for so long. And we'd have to bring in new people, and it has to be a cross-representational of everyone. So it has to, the committee needs to represent all facets of everyone who are in the community.
So 10 people on the community, all over the age of 70, white and male. It's gonna happen. They've never even used a phone, don't know what email is.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Where could you go wrong?
Yeah. Hey, it's worked for the world so far.
It's ridiculous.
What type of house do you want to live in?
I think I would just want like I would want a pool. I'd want a tennis court, something nice, but I don't need anything like too crazy. I don't need a palace. I just want
Okay.
like a nice home for
Like a modern.
like a modern, nice home.
Yeah.
Ideally beach view so I could walk down to the ocean. That's the thing I miss most about living in London is not having like I grew up on the ocean, so not having like ocean breeze and ocean air. So I'd want to like live right at the sea and like have a view, have a pool, have a tennis court. But it doesn't need to be crazy fancy. It doesn't need to have anything. I would want a chef for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
Definitely want a chef.
Oh, we can get you the whole staff, yeah, that you did.
Yeah. But the chef would have to be like, there would be rules like only cook me really good, healthy things, but they could be anything, but they had to be healthy for me. So you can make pizza, but it has to be good for me. And so make all that kind of stuff.
Or the guillotine is waiting for you.
Or you're going to get cyberbullied by a bunch of 15-year-old girls that have locked in the basement.
Why'd you have them? Why are you locking them in the basement? If anything, they're going to bully you.
Yeah, they probably will. That's why they have to be locked in the basement.
Oh, they're rabid.
They're
feral bullies.
Have you met teenage girls lately? They are fucking rabid. I would just have a little slot that I feed them Starbucks through and let them watch TikToks down there, and they'd be fine.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody who was a former teenage girl, we can be, cruel little creatures, and it's going to happen, but no, I don't want it to happen to Bella. She's too sweet.
So so you have a beach house that is a bit fancy, but nothing too much, and you
nothing
have
too crazy, yeah.
a dozen 15-year-old girls, vicious 15-year-old girls in the basement. Do you feed them at all? Yeah.
Yeah, they get like Starbucks. They can get like Deliveroo and like Uber Eats and stuff.
Wait a minute. Your personal chef is delivering you top quality healthy food, and then you're getting shit takeaway.
They like it. They love Starbucks. They'll be
do.
happy. Teenage girls love Starbucks.
Yes, you are exactly right.
They love it.
Yeah. I don't even know what's going on inside in the Starbucks. I drink.
I used to work for Starbucks, actually. They're a good company to work for when I was in uni.
Okay. Do you like drink any of that? Would you be getting any of that stuff? Or are you like, no?
No, I need to be healthy. I need to be clean living. I need to live a long time on my island. I need, so I'd be like all about really clean water, green smoothies, fresh fruit juice, that kind of stuff. Lots of, the island would have loads and loads of fruit all season round, magically.
Oh,
can we do magic things, or does it have to be realistic?
It's up to you. You're the boss of this podcast. Yeah, if there's for some reason.
I think we have but like not like crazy steroid GMO, like it's only good all year round because there's like 1,000 chemicals in it that'll kill you.
Yeah. No.
Actually, like just like really great, healthy, pure, organic. The whole island has to be like, it's all going to be like organic, good fruit and everything.
This might help with the next question, but what unusual list is Bella Island top of?
I think I would want to be the top of a list of like the most art created per capita. So it would be like performing in visual art, like music, everything, like the most amount of art that's created for the size of country that we are.
Can I ask though, are you only top of the list because, I mean, your civilians are doing just anything saying, do you know what I mean? Some people try and get away with it.
Right. Yeah, they do. I mean, but I don't think it's going to be like looking at a white wall with like a banana peel on it going, that's art, but it could be if that's them and that's how they want to express themselves. So it'd be like, I would want just people to be creating. I mean, it would still be where like sort of the art that people really value and connect with and whatever that is would be the ones that sort of rise to the top and get the most amount of attention. But it would be like artists could make a working wage. Artists could be paid fairly. Their work would be deemed as valuable. So people could create like cool music and art and stuff. So people would want to visit the island to see like, it's just like this wealth of like all the buildings are covered in public art and murals and there's tons of public art. It's all accessible. There's lots of music happening everywhere, so it'd be like a haven for artists.
So just to make sure that I know where the line is. So for example, a photograph taken from outer space on a satellite of the Eiffel Tower. Is that a work of art?
Yeah. If that's your art and you say it is, then yeah, it is. I think the thing about art is most of it has like a story. So if you have a story to tell or you have a perspective and you want to say that and that photograph is representing that, then let's hear it. I think that's live your best life.
How about a topless Nicolas Cage coming out of a banana?
I have grown up with a massive crush on Nicolas Cage, so not only would that be art, that might be in my home.
No, I asked that because my friend has that.
Shut up.
He found it on Etsy and bought it for his fiance as well. So if you want, I will get you that link.
Oh my God. Have you ever heard if they're Nicolas? I literally grew up being such a Nick Cage fan. And I had such a huge crush on him all growing up. And I have like this weird, I don't even know. I know why people are grossed out with him, but I also kind of love it. I think it's funny that people like love to hate on him. And like, there's a hilarious book that I saw one day. I've never seen it. And it was called Nicolas Cage as Everyone. And it was his face photoshopped into basically everyone throughout history and time. Like his face on Mother Teresa, his face on the Dalai Lama, his face on like President Nixon. Like it was so fucking funny. And it's just this amazing coffee table book as him as everyone. And I'm like, that is the book I need in my life. So yes, that would be art.
Oh yeah, no, perfect. Yeah, no, that I did see that the other day, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" Because it was on my fiance's phone, and she explained to me, "Yeah, that's at their house now."
Oh my God, that is hilarious.
Very good. I do have bad news for you that you have to deal with in your country. There's a scandal that people are going to find out about, a scandal involving you. But can you tell me what that scandal would be? And by the way, this is light entertainment, so you don't have to
I don't have to talk about the 15-year-old girls in the basement.
No, for some reason that isn't included as a scandal. That's public knowledge. That's
perfect. Everyone supports that.
That's included in the budget.
What would my scandal be? I think maybe my scandal is like I get plastic surgery, but I lie about it. People find out that I've like lied about my plastic surgery or something.
Okay. I mean, how noticeable? Sorry,
well, I'm like telling people like just go out and be fit and whatever, but like every other week I'm getting liposuction done, and I'm getting like a tummy tuck and liposuction and stuff.
Are you leading around like teenage girls? I'm saying on a leash, I don't know. But are you leading them around in public, like shaming people for not like being active? And then
No. I'm just saying. I'm more of like encouraging. Like I want the island everyone to be like really like happy and healthy and like eating well and to have the means to be able to do that if they so choose to be. But you don't have to. If your happiness is you at home with, eating a big pizza and doing your thing, then live your best life. But I try to encourage that. But then people find out that I'm trying to encourage a healthy lifestyle, but then I'm actually getting like liposuction and stuff like that.
So you're okay. I mean, what your are we calling him your counselor kind of suggesting is that you may have to go onto the news channel, the best news channel in town, to explain your actions, kind of like Frost Nixon TV sit down. So Anderson is going to interview you. So Anderson is going to start off by saying, "Thank you, beautiful Baroness. I hope you don't mind me calling you BB."
No, I love that actually. Thank you.
BB, appreciate you being here. I guess we have to go to what do we say? Plastic surgery? What is it? Surgery gate.
Yeah, surgery gate. Sure.
Surgery gate. Everyone's very concerned about this. I guess the only question to really ask is why.
I just did it because I think all of my citizens are so beautiful, and I just was trying to be as beautiful as them. And I'm the beautiful Baroness. So I have an image to keep up, and I just felt the pressure because I'm working so many long hours to make them have like this beautiful country. And sometimes it's just easier to go get a little from the doctor than to put in the work yourself. But I was wrong. I take full responsibility. And from now on out, anyone who wants plastic surgery, I'll pay for it.
You're paying personally for it.
Well, it'll be taxed. But yeah, anyone who wants plastic surgery,
we're going to tax you.
We'll take it out of the tax, and anyone who wants it can have it. So everyone will walk around looking beautiful.
We've seen this letter that you released, your government release, but a lot of citizens are very concerned because, as you know, a lot of citizens hate their own, and
that's fair.
Yeah, and now they're very concerned that their tax dollars are going to pay for their children's plastic surgery. They're stupid ugly children, and they don't want that. And the fact that you're calling them beautiful has kind of enraged them. So,
well, they hate their stupid ugly children. So let's figure out why they think they're so ugly. And they wouldn't be stupid because the education levels would be amazing. So they wouldn't be stupid. That's
Oh,
just a
but it's
false claim.
stupidly ugly. That's just
Stupidly ugly.
there's
So,
no
well,
method.
let's see what they want, and we'll fix them up, and we'll get them all sorted out.
Well, what they really want is to have their own self-worth. As you know, they've been bullied by rampaging teenage girls. So really, that's what they want. So I don't know.
Well, they can have that too. We'll also, in taxes, we can pay for therapy too. We'll pay for everything. It's going to be a heavily taxed society, but everyone gets everything they want. Everything is great.
Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone. Let me just party with weird billionaires and get my liposuction and have my chef on the beach.
So that's what you're saying during this interview. You feel like we're taxing you to hell.
We're taxing you guys, but you guys were all aware of this when you came here. We outlined our tax plan for everyone to have a better life. Like, we hope you're on board with it. If you're not, you can become nominated to get on the council next, and we can do a review of how everything goes. But
when's the next nomination?
So every 4 years we'll do nominations for new people.
So we have to wait 4 years of before we can stop that.
Yeah. So think of how good looking your kids will be in 4 years after 4 years of plastic surgery. You won't even hate them anymore.
Oh, that's an ugly treatment. But okay. I mean, I feel like you're very combative in a way when
I'm combative.
No, with the scandal. With the scandal, you were like, "I'm very sorry. We'll sort it. No, leave me alone." just
I'm more of like, I don't like confrontation. So I'm more of just like I'm really, really sorry. We do have a giant suggestion box. We'll review them all.
A giant suggestion box. Oh,
yeah.
Where in the middle of the city?
Well, I don't know if it's going to be like we could have a physical one. I think that would be kind of cool. Yeah, but I think it'll be more like, more digital, but maybe it could be a cool art installation that we have the artists build together, and people can go up and do some cool suggestion through there.
Do you think anything you build, actually, now that you say that, do you think anything you build, like you would make it a rule where, like, let's say, we're building a bridge. Yeah, but this needs to, like, bring some art degree people on board to make it a nice looking bridge. Like, it's not just...
Yeah. I don't want it just to be functional. I want things to have purpose, or bring on architects who understand like why it's so important to have like very livable cities and walkable cities and things that are very nice. So really be thoughtful about all of the construction so that commutes are easier for people. For those, most people can work from home, but if you have to go in, commutes are really easy. It's easy to get around. Traffic is minimal. Things are laid out in a way so it's very pleasing to people. And it's very much about how you are interacting with your space around you to make people feel zen most of the time. And I thought of something with the taxes. So I think for the taxes, as far as the plastic surgery and everything goes, and I think what you can do is we'll have a variety of things you could opt into. So you could go, we'll tax you a certain amount, but that can go towards certain things, like you can put it towards your therapy or cosmetic surgery or whatever you want. So you get to choose out of a list of things that you would want your tax dollars to go to for yourself. So you're not paying for your neighbor's stuff. Your taxes are going back sort of towards you, if that makes sense. I think that makes sense.
But wait, so if I'm sitting there going, okay, so if I'm sitting there saying, right, I made so much money this year, at the end of it, I want to pay my taxes or whatever way.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want plastic surgery, so I'm not paying for it.
You would have to choose out of one of the things that would go into a big pool. I don't know exactly how it works.
Yeah, we will sort out the detail later.
No, okay. I'm not a details person. I'm an ideas lady.
Yeah.
I'm big picture.
Right. Okay. But yes, but it's sort of like an opt-in, opt-out sort of tax.
Yeah. Okay. You can't completely opt out of taxes because it's for the greater good, for education, all of that. But yes, yeah.
Yeah, you can't say no. I'm not going to use the roads. You're like, no, listen, you will be using roads.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. By the way, will you have do you think you would have text lanes in your city?
Text lanes, like so you can text on your phone?
Yeah. Do you know there's these things?
No, I didn't know. Oh, so. Wait, do you pull over and stop your car to text?
No, so you know how you have your footpath and then you'll have another lane beside it that's your like cycle track.
Okay, yeah.
There is somewhere. Is it in Kingston, Jamaica? No.
So you keep driving your car while you're texting?
No, sorry. I was looking to see if I could find it, but I remember years ago reading a story. I want to say it's in Brussels or in Amsterdam, where you had your footpath and right beside it is your cycle lane, and then they introduced a third lane that was for people texting, and then you have the road. So it's for people walking and texting at the same time.
Oh, walking and texting.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't think that's a bad idea for walking and texting. I think
Hmm.
meant driving and texting, which I'm not a fan of that. Walking and texting, fine, because they can probably just bash into each other, like be bumping and dropping their phones, which like go for
Yeah,
it.
they can go for
Live
that.
your
Yeah. How would
live
the
your best
car
life.
thing? I don't think the car
The
thing would be.
car, that's what I thought you were talking about, like a lane. So like you could slowly drive while texting them. No, you'd still rear end the person in front of you. Like
Yeah.
you would just, no, you would crash. But
Would you, unless you did it like one of Elon Musk's underground tunnel, just throw everyone who wants to text and drive under there. You're all going to be trapped under it anyway. So
yeah, I think no texting and driving. That has to be, I
yeah,
like that law. I think that's a good rule.
yeah.
Absolutely.
But hey, do you want another good bit of good news? A nice email came in.
Oh, yeah,
Actually,
I love this.
before we get to that, what is actually your favorite? Because I know you said Nicolas
Uh,
Cage, but
I
or
would
franchise maybe.
franchise.
Yeah.
I would say the one that first popped into my head of like that I've watched it a billion times is Sister Act.
Right. God, I haven't seen that in years.
It's
In
so
so
good.
long.
Sister Act 1 and 2 with Whoopi Goldberg. So good. I bought tickets to see
What?
it here at the Hammersmith Apollo, but COVID never happened.
Oh no. What?
And
Did
to
they
see
ever?
Whoopi Goldberg in it.
Wait. Oh, it wasn't like a stage play. No.
Yeah, it was a stage play, and she was coming over here to do her role in the play in London.
Oh, that would have been
And
so
she had,
cool.
yeah, and we were so excited, but it was in 2020, and then the tickets got pushed and pushed, and then she's like, I can't come out and do it. I don't have time to come out and do it anymore. So, unfortunately.
Okay. So Sister Act. What happened in Sister Act 2? Was she
Sister
still
Act 2, she had this, so they found out she wasn't a nun, but then the coven, is that what they're called? Or those witches? Coven.
Coven? No, that's witches. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are they called? What's a convent?
Yes. Convent. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
similar
Coven.
words.
Yeah.
They called her back and said, we have a high school with a music program that's failing.
Right.
And we need you to help revive it and revive the school and like do a fundraiser. And then, so she did a big fundraiser and turned them all around and made them this like amazing gospel choir. And just so happened that this little undiscovered talent called Lauryn Hill was in there. And so they had this like amazing gospel choir, and they didn't shut down their school in the neighborhood because everyone like pitched in. All the kids that were like, we are bad boys, we're not doing this. They were like, actually, gospel's cool. And then they all got together and they were like, Jesus. I'm not religious at all, but I love those movies.
The good news, by the way, was that the movie studio, whoever made Sister Act, are actually planning a sequel, and they'd love to have the beautiful Baroness in as a cameo.
Love it. I'm in.
Yeah, straight away you're
straight
in.
away I'm in. Zero reservations. I would love that.
Would you be playing yourself, or would you hope that you'd play a character?
Oh, I think I'd rather play a fictional character. I think there'd be more room for having fun as a fictional character who's maybe like one of the other nuns or something with Whoopi Goldberg, or like her new sidekick or something like that. I wouldn't be able to sing because I can't sing well, but yeah, like maybe her sidekick in the movie.
Your sidekick? I mean, what? Okay.
A nun sidekick. It's obvious.
I mean, I really want to go into full on. Okay. Yeah. No. Thank you for coming along to our scene. There's a knock on the door of the coven. No, the convent. Yeah, knock knock, and Whoopi goes, Sister BB, and you get the door for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, girl, I'm here. Yeah, it would be great.
Knock.
I think it'd be a great. Oh, are we doing the scene?
Oh, we're doing the scene. Yeah, this is a critical scene in the movie. I believe this is the beginning. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Hello. Hi. I'm a sidekick. What's up? I'm here to help.
Have you opened the door, or are you just calling through the...
No, I went like this. And I opened it. Isn't that how you open a door?
Hi, I'm Nicolas Cage. Yes.
And then there's like a gratuitous sex scene with me and Nicolas Cage.
Jesus.
For like...
Straight away it's in. It just
that's how they just cut to a gratuitous sex scene with me and Nicolas Cage. And then it goes back to go, oh, sorry, what did you want from Whoopi? What did you want, or not, whatever her character, Sister Mary Frances.
So wait.
Or Sister Mary Clarence, that's her name in the movie.
So you have the sex scene, and then it goes back. What, you're back at the door?
No, well, like it just cuts to a sex scene. I was in Whoopi's room to start, and I was hanging out with her, and we live across the hall from each other in these really nice apartments as nuns. And Nicolas Cage came, but I was hanging out in Whoopi's room. So then he came, and then all of a sudden it cuts the sex scene with us, and then because for obvious reasons, and then after we have sex, we're in bed, and I'm like, oh, so why? What are you doing here?
Yeah, and he. I don't know. Would you have it in the movie? He's smoking a cigarette, being like, "Oh yeah, actually, wow. Sorry, my mind's a blur now. I don't even know what's going on." Oh, I'm up for a movie role, and it involves being singing and dancing. It's actually Face Off 2, because in it I started off, I was in a choir.
Love it.
Yeah, so I need to go back into that role, and I just need to learn how to sing and dance and love again.
Oh, well, I'll help you with the loving. Whoopi will help
That's
you with
no
the singing
problem.
and dancing. Done. We'll sort you. Cut to a montage where he's doing like rehearsals and all this other stuff. It's great. It's going to be a hit film.
So he's dancing, and then what? He's out on a date with you is another part of the love part of it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. They'll be like us, like talking and laughing and eating ice cream, and then it'll go to him like rehearsing and dancing with like a sweatband on. It'll be like a whole montage with Whoopi, and they're like doing scales, and they're like la 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 la, and then he's out with me, and we're making out, and then he's back like dancing and practicing. It's a great movie.
He has a busy day and night. Who's the villain in this story?
The villain is what's inside of ourselves and what just holds us back.
Right, so yeah, this is also an Alien sequel, so there's an alien in the chest burst out.
Yeah, you know how it's like. Yeah, and it's John Travolta screaming about Scientology. That's because he's screaming about Scientology because we're in a Catholic church.
Hey, this is John Travolta's return. This is
maybe this
God
could be
damn it,
his
he
big.
can act.
This could be his big comeback.
This is his comeback again. What is number 4?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So Nicolas Cage needs help with his next audition when he goes to the convent or the coven and falls in love with Sister BB while getting help on Sister Mary Frances, only for the dormant John Travolta alien to wake up inside his chest. Yeah. Hilarity and love it. I love that idea.
Yeah, I think where could we go wrong with that? That would be a great film.
Bit of romance, singing, dancing, horror, sci-fi. It has Nicolas Cage has everything.
Literally everything. Yes.
And I was worried I wouldn't remember Sister Act. I feel like I did.
That's pretty much the story. Yeah. The coolest. Here's a fun fact. I used to go to outdoor. This is off track, but I used to go to outdoor films in like you know how they have them outdoors sometimes and in courtyards of places. A Catholic church down the street from my house in Toronto, and they used to play movies in the courtyard. They're all very family friendly movies. And one year they did Sister Act, and I was like, I have to go because Sister Act is one of my favorite ones. I love all the songs. I love singing to it. There were a bunch of nuns who came and watched the film with us. So I was sitting surrounded by nuns singing along to Sister Act. It was an out of body experience and one of the best moments ever. Like I absolutely, loved it.
Do you think if you had asked them, they would have given a habit? Is there?
No, I think they're fairly serious about their religious garb, but no, I don't think they would have, unless I wanted to fully maybe like convert and join them and everything. They'd probably be into that. Actually, I don't know if I'd be welcome. I think I'd like catch on fire, but.
Do you think you would have been caught up in the moment though? And if they did say, do you want to join? That's probably how they get people. They're like, yeah, this seems like so much fun.
That is probably how they get people. Yeah. Maybe for a short time. It would be a good story again, right? Maybe that'd be my next Edinburgh show.
Maybe you should do that for the next Edinburgh show. It's just, I'll go and join a nunnery for a nunnery? Is that it?
Yeah, no, that is what it's called, isn't it? Nunnery.
Yeah. Nunnapalooza. And then
it's a Nunnapalooza, yeah.
Nunnapalooza, yeah. And then this is what happened. No Nicolas Cage. Okay. I do have bad news for you, beautiful Baroness.
No.
A lot of those parents who hated their children were so disgusted they actually planned a coup. But don't worry, we've stopped it. Good. What you want us to do with them? There was 100 of them.
And we have their kids too, right? So
the 15 in the cellar in the basement.
No, so the ones who started the coup. How many people are we talking about? Was it like a small group or was it like 1,000?
It was 1,000, let's say.
It was 1,000 people.
Yeah. But they are buff. They work out a lot of muscle.
Well, yeah, again, my thing isn't about being physical. I don't want armies to like take people down. I don't want to like be all violent with people, even though we made the guillotine joke at the start. But it would more be like we try to come to a resolution on why they wanted a coup in the first place and make them start proposing new changes, and maybe someone from them can be elected onto that council for the next round. So try to appease them by going, we're going to get one of these people that wanted me out. Let's talk about the changes you guys want to make, what you don't agree with, and we'll get you onto this council for the next round so you can start implementing some of these changes if you want and see if other people agree with you.
Now, if they say, okay, our solution is death to BB and our now beautiful children.
We can't have that. We can't have people going around murdering people or killing people. That's just not the solution.
That's why you're not the leader for us, and that's what. Yeah. So are we?
Yeah, so
them?
it's either they can make a choice of they could either, if they don't want to like be in the country anymore and they hate it, they could leave. They could go back to whatever country of origin they came from before Bella Island, or they could try to get on board and nominate somebody, and we have a better system like that.
So either they get with the program or you're deporting.
Basically. Yeah.
So even their kids who are like 4 and 5, the
kids would have to go with them. I mean, you can't separate kids from their parents.
Yeah, but they want to murder everyone, including their own kids. So
okay, if they want to, if they want to murder,
don't worry about that, BB. They are up on the boat.
If they want to murder their own children, we can keep their children here. If they're not homicidal, then they can take their kids with them. But if they hate their kids and want to murder them, we'll take them. That's fine. We have plenty of places for their kids.
Plenty of basement. Okay. I have 2 more questions for you.
All right.
There's a bit of concern with the rest of them, just because that was a coup attempt is a bit dramatic. So what photo op do you organise to assure your citizens that you are still in control?
Ooh, that's a great one. What photo op do I organize? I think it would just be me trying to go out with the people and have people like showing that people are like adoring me in public. So like that people are like, I would go and try to do like big public events with lots of people.
Wait, when you say you try to go out, try to put out, like, are you failing at this task? Like, are we taking pictures of you like trying to go out with them, but they're just running away from you?
No. I go out, I'm seen with people, I'm seen with like adoring fans around me, the people that love me, and just very like calm and cool and collected, be like, everything's good, we're all okay, we're having a good time, people are still loving me, and me shown at like a table with some of the people who try to organize the coup, of me thoughtfully hearing them out as to why they were mad or what, and like so I can show people that I'm a really like compassionate and thoughtful leader, that I'm not just coming down with a hard line saying anyone who's like not with me is against me, just going, let's understand these people, let's try to see if we can get them on side, or let's hear what great ideas they have to improve our society. And so people can see that like, oh, she's actually really level-headed and really understanding.
She's awesome. She's really nice and pleasant. But what they don't know is like that table that you're sitting down at with the coup attempt plotter. I mean, that table is on a boat that you can get airlifted off to, as they say.
Yeah, exactly.
Lovely. You might as well use them. Okay, I think your citizens are happy. But at a certain point, you, I assume, are going to plan to step down, right?
Well, Bella will need to take over.
I was going to ask who would be your heir and what
Bella.
Would you tell the people? You're straight on saying Bella.
Yeah, straight up.
When
Bella,
she comes of age.
When she comes of age, so she will be taught to be able to do this, but she'll have a choice. If she doesn't want to do this, I can think about somebody else. But if she does want to do this, she will get first right of refusal. So it won't be forced upon her. So if she's up for it, then I would want Bella to do it and Bella to take over.
Do you have a backup plan?
If it's not Bella, I might go, you know what? I would actually probably give it to like could it be someone, I guess it has to be someone who's younger than me, right? Who is.
The only thing is it only has to be someone who is alive now. So it can't be like
my
hypothetical grandson,
I would give it, right. I would give it to like someone like one of my friend named Rachel. She's a doctor. She's very level-headed. She's the most pragmatic, like very just down to earth, lovely person I've ever met. And she's very practical and very smart. And I would probably give it to someone like her if it wasn't Bella.
Be honest, what do you think, scale to 1 to 100, how much agree with plans for Bella Island? She agree with
I think there would be some changes. I don't think she would agree with the 15-year-old girl cyberbullying people. I don't know that she was locked in cages. She's not like that at all. I think Bella would actually be down with that. I actually think Bella would be more severe with those kind of rules. She can be a bit aggressive when she wants to be, as a little 2-year-old terror sometimes.
Yeah, it's amazing that you figured out even at the age of 2. Oh, she would definitely go for that sort of treatment.
Oh, yeah. I know her well enough to know, like, her favorite thing is to run up and like squeeze your face and just scream into it. So I know she'd be into some sort of torture, things like that.
Yeah, that is the new sort of torture. Okay, so you're going with Bella and then Rachel, and you're sure
we'll do that.
Take any anything. Sorry, I don't know
Yeah, I
Rachel.
think Rachel. I think
Yeah.
Rachel would do it. Yeah,
Okay.
Rachel would be
Okay.
good. Be a good person to do it.
Okay. I mean, assuming, are you going to live on the island then?
Yeah, yeah. Of course, I live on the island. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm traveling a lot, meeting other world leaders,
Of
and that
course.
kind of a thing. But
Doing your
like,
own thing.
I live on the island. That's where I'm based. I love it. I love to live there. I'm surrounded by art and beautiful things and wonderful people, and like, so why wouldn't I
Oh, and you
leave?
still have your chef and everything. Perfect.
And then fucking Nicolas Cage on the weekend.
And you're fucking Nicolas Cage in the weekend. You're shipping him in on the weekends and
Yeah,
back to work.
yeah.
Okay, that's a lovely ending. I should have said happy ending is right there. Okay. Yeah, that's the end of Belle Island. Well, it's not the end of Belle Island, but it's the end of the beautiful Baroness being tyrant of
It's
Belle
the
Island.
start of a dream, I think.
It's the
Now
start
I
of
really
a
want this.
heavily focused. You need to Google Sister Act 3.
Yeah.
Okay, that is the end of this episode, and thanks, Kate, for joining
Thank
me.
you. Thanks so much for having me. That was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it was so much fun. Do you have what can we plug?
I'm doing my run of my solo show, Losing Myself, at the Soho Theater on April 12th and 13th. So coming up in however long, 2 months or whatever that is. But April 12th and 13th, it's my 1 hour solo show. Got a bunch of nice stars and quotes and stuff. And it's a story of me losing 13 and a half stone in the last few years and going through that sort of transformation and everything that comes along with that. Plus, I'm like a very filthy club comedian. So if you're easily offended, please don't buy a ticket because I will have you clutching your pearl necklaces and things of that nature, which I don't want. I don't want to deal with that. So don't come. But that's the biggest thing. And then I'm on social media under Kate Barron, Barron, 2 R's everywhere. And yeah. That's it.
And if you aren't easily offended, buy 2 tickets.
Exactly.
Minimum 2 tickets. Okay. Thank you everyone for listening, and I'm sure this will be back for another episode's time. I'm guessing. I have to plan in the future. I'm not able to do that. And thank you very much, and goodbye.